guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I keep saying it's been a minute because it has. I had the whole last week off for Thanksgiving, and not only that, but the Friday before break, our school was canceled. Like after school on Thursday, we found out that school was canceled Friday because I do live in Northern California, and as most of you probably know, the fires up here have been insane, and the air quality was like toxic. So they were like, you guys stay home, which was great. However, we were amidst several like Thanksgiving crafts, and I had things that I wanted to do Friday because report cards are due this week. So it wasn't like ideal, but it was totally fine. I had an amazing break. I was off the grid. I had no cell service, no Wi-Fi, minimal electricity. We have a cabin down south, like in the middle of nowhere, and it's amazing. So I just spent the whole week just kind of recharging, and I feel amazing. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed because we only have like, what, 3.5 weeks until Christmas break, and I have so much to get done. You have to cram like all the Christmas stuff in there. We have a whole traditions unit that we do, not to mention I have to get division done, assessments. We have map testing that I think we're gonna do this week. So it's a lot, but we're gonna get through it. I had the Sunday scaries really bad last night, just kind of feeling overwhelmed, and I just like, stop, take a couple breaths, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So let me show you the state of my room after a week-long break. Woohoo! So they do put all the chairs up so they can really clean the floors, and all my stools and my back table are up. But the floors have never been this clean, which is awesome. So this week is a little unique because we have parent conferences all week. So the kids are done at 11:55, and we start at 8:40, so that's pretty much 3 hours, but within those 3 hours, they still have to go to recess, lunch, and specials. So we don't get to do a lot this week, but I thought this would be a fun week to do 2 vlogs. I'm vlogging today, which is Monday, and this should be up tonight. And then I'm gonna vlog on Friday, and that way I can kind of give you a like before and after parent conferences perspective, if you will. This is only my second year teaching if you're new, and so I've only done conferences once before, and they went totally fine. And I'm hoping that they're gonna be just fine again. Anyway, so I have conferences today starting at 12:10, and I go all the way to 3 o'clock. So it's pretty much boom, 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 bang it out back to back, which is good. I kind of stack mine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that way Thursday and Friday are pretty much empty. So if people need to move around, I have a lot of wiggle room. I just find that that works best for me. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I do need to put you down and kind of figure out what I am doing today. Look at my plan book and see what I wrote down, because truly, I don't even know. The first Monday after break, the kids are wiped. So it's a lot of review and just kind of chill-ish type things. I'm gonna put you down and I'll check back in with you in a second. Okay, so a lot happened, and now I have a lot to do, and I only have 20 minutes to do it. So I found out that our specials this week are 55 minutes long instead of 45, which seems really odd to me because the day is even shorter, whatever. And then I only have a prep on Tuesday and Friday, which is fine because the day is so short, so that's nice. So our schedule looks like this. We are gonna do bell work. Today, instead of math, I'm just gonna have them write in their notebooks about what they did over break. Morning meeting. For math, because it's Monday after break, we're gonna do multiplication bingo, and I'm not even sorry about it. They need a refresher anyway. And then these are 2 things we were supposed to do last Friday, but school got canceled, so we're gonna take their times test and their spelling test from last week, and then I'm just gonna do a read aloud, and then they go to recess, lunch. And for our IB unit, for social studies, we're working on explorers, and so they're making an expert book. So we're gonna create the table of contents together, and then that should wrap that up, which is awesome, and then I can start my next unit tomorrow. Then we're gonna pack up, and then we're gonna go home. So it's gonna go so fast. So right now I have to do 3 things. I need to print off multiplication charts for them. I had them on their name tags, but like half my kids ripped their name tags off, typical. So I'm gonna print some of those for them for the bingo. And then I have to, what else do I have to do? I have to print and copy the table of contents page for the Explorer book. And I have to do something else, and I can't think of it. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm gonna put you guys down. I'm gonna get that done. Oh, I have to print off their homework packets. Oh God, and that's gonna take forever. And I don't have a prep today. Perfect. Okay, so I don't know when I'm gonna talk to you next, but I will talk to you when I talk to you. Oh my God, it is 1:30. Haven't picked up the camera at all today because these days just fly by. So we did our math in the morning, and then they went straight to recess and then to lunch, and then we did our table of contents, and then the day ended. Like, I didn't even have any prep or anything, so I had no time to even pick up the camera. And then right after school, my first conference showed up. So it's been a whirlwind, but I have about a 45-minute break right now before my next conference. So I figured I would chat with you. So I had 3 conferences so far, and they went amazing. And I really quickly want to kind of walk you through what I do for conferences in hopes that it helps you. I do have a video that I made last year all about parent conferences. I'll put it somewhere up here if you're interested. I kind of give more specific tips. But for this vlog, I just want to show you what I do. So, first things first, to organize all of my paper flow, I have everything, in a crate that looks like this. So I just have each kid's number, and then let's say I have a conference for number 6, I can pull out everything that I need, and then that's that. That way I'm not scrambling last minute or anything like that. Super easy, really organized, my kind of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through like what I actually have in each file. I don't keep this in the file, but I do show this to my parents. This is their writer's notebook. So I like this for a couple of reasons. We do a lot of free writing in here, so it shows the parent their writing, like not edited or anything like that. Also, there's a lot of progress to be seen, even in the first trimester, from day 1 until now. So I like to just show them this when I talk about writing. So I have that in there. We have a couple like logistics, I don't know, papers that the parents have to sign, so those are in there. Okay, and then I have this. It is a student self-reflection, and I'm gonna flip the camera around to show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I think I either created this or got this from Teachers Pay Teachers. I'm not sure. Either way, I will try and link something down below. So I have the kid's name under here, self-reflection. I have them write 2 things that they're strong at, or well, he wrote 4, which is fine. And then I have different areas of behavior that I have the kids rate themselves on, always, sometimes, or rarely. So these are the ones that I have, and I figure that that hits just about everything. And this is a good segue into if there's an area that we need to work on, it's right there. And then one goal that they have, keep my area organized. So I love starting with this for a couple of reasons. One, it's a really like transparent way to go from kid to me to parent. This is how they feel that they're doing, and it kind of takes a little bit of pressure off me, because if the kid says, I rarely do this, well, it's not me just saying that. The kid realizes it too, and we can talk about it. I also tell my kids, make sure you're honest, because if you're not, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, that's more like a rarely. But I also tell them, don't be too hard on yourself, because if you put rarely and I say it's always, it's gonna be a weird conversation to have, but it's gonna happen. Anyway, so I start the conference with this, which is great. And a lot of the times, if there's a behavior issue, this segues beautifully into that conversation, and we can talk about it, and then we move on. First thing that we do. So then the next thing I do is I go through the entire report card, and I'm not gonna show you because there's a lot of personal information on here. However, I talk about all the areas. So the areas of strength and the areas of weakness. So I start with ELA, and then I go right into math. And then as I'm talking about the report card, I show writing samples, I show math test samples, I talk about whether they're turning in their reading logs and just scores and things like that. So this is the bulk of our conversation. Even if the kid's doing really well, I still like to talk about it and highlight some of the areas that they're really strong in, which is great. So this takes up most of our time. And then from there, I ask, okay, are there any concerns so far? And I had a parent today say, well, my kid's in a resource, I just wanna make sure there is progress happening. And so then we can pull all that data and look at that. It's just a beautiful way to have everything in front of you. You don't have to like, I don't know, there's no awkward dead space in the conversation. There's plenty to talk about, and that's the bulk of our conference. So then everything else I have are, like I said, math test examples. I have writing samples and things like that. So that's really all I put in the file. Now, the way I structure my conferences is I give 20 minutes. I feel like I did it last year and it was perfect. I feel like 30 minutes is a little bit too long, and shorter than 20 minutes is not enough time. So I know teachers that do 30, I know teachers that do 35, I know teachers that do 15. So it's kind of just a personal preference. I do 20 minutes, and like I mentioned earlier, I stack mine early on in the week, and that way I have more space if people didn't show up or need to reschedule or something like that. So that's where I'm at right now in conferences. I have only one left. I had one that didn't show up already. You'll find that that happens. And then I have another one that I'm 75% sure won't show up, but I'm ready if they do. And that's not for about another 45. Actually, it's longer. I think it's about an hour. I think I lied earlier. Yeah, so I have some time right now to get some stuff done. So I will take you around, but first I'm going to eat because I'm starving. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, so I do kind of secretly love conference week because if people don't show up or you have a weird block in the day, you can get a lot done. And that's what I'm gonna do. So because we didn't have school on Friday, I'm gonna grade some spelling tests, I'm gonna grade their timed tests, and I'm gonna prep everything for the week. You guys, these days are insane. Like I literally, tomorrow, I have our prep and they're 55 minutes long. So I only see my kids for 25 minutes of the day. That's insane. Like, okay, with morning meeting and a 15-minute block. So 15 minutes plus 25 minutes, that's all I really get. What can you do in 15 minutes? Nothing. So it's crazy. So planning this week's super easy, which is great because then I can start planning for next week. But I'm gonna put you guys down, I'm gonna grade some papers, and then we'll see what else I can get done. Okay, so I have talked about my multiplication muscles before. So as many of you know, or maybe you don't, third grade is huge on multiplication, and we talk about why, sorry I keep touching my hair. I cut a lot of it off and it's just, we talk about why it's important to have our facts memorized and how in fourth grade you're gonna need to know those really quickly in order to understand that multiplication. So my multiplication muscles look like this year. Oh, can't really see, it's kind of dark. Little kiddos are up there. And my times tests look like this. So I just made these on a website. I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you. And they have 3-ish minutes. I kind of walk around and see where they're at to finish all of the problems. And I know there's a lot of differing of opinions as far as like drill and kill and times tests go. However, I don't know how else to get them excited about practicing their multiplication facts, because some of my kids don't have a lot of that home support, and I just needed to find a way to motivate them. And so far it's been really working, and yeah. So I'm gonna go through these, then I'm gonna put up some of their little muscle things and move on. So as predicted, my last conference didn't show up. So I'm just gonna make a couple of copies and then I get to go home, which is awesome because I have everything planned for the week because we're not here hardly at all. I do wanna show you guys what we did for Thanksgiving on Thursday prior to our break. So we made little turkeys, and I got this from Teachers Pay Teachers from Easy Teaching Tools. So each feather says I am thankful for, and then something they're thankful for. So, woo, super easy. You print out the feathers, cut them, and the kids write, and then they glue, and it's super cute. Before we did that, we made a big anchor chart of all the things that we're thankful for, which I posted on my Instagram, so you can look at it there because it's all folded up. If you don't follow me at Early Adventures, go ahead and give me a follow, and you can see all that fun stuff too. So, because I'm out of conferences, I'm going to end this vlog here, but like I said earlier, I will be vlogging on Friday to give you kind of my parent conference reflection. So far, so good. There's nothing major that I'm gonna tweak as of yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. If you haven't already, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't wanna miss any future videos. And I will see you guys on Friday.